I'm 31, I'm unemployed. It's been about 15 weeks since I've been laid off, and I am not in a rush to go back. I worked so hard to break into the tech industry, and when I finally did get this job, one that I thought was my dream job, I realized almost immediately that it just wasn't a good fit. I spent so many years chasing the six-figure salary and wanting to climb this corporate ladder and really falling into cycles of burnout and hustle culture that destroyed my mental health. I just don't really see the point in rushing back to that. And I stayed for a while because I didn't want to admit to myself that I had maybe made a mistake in my career. Maybe this wasn't the right choice, but also because I always had hope that it would get better. I think the best thing that I could do in this season is just rediscover what alignment looks like.
Hey, you. How are you? I'm so excited to be here talking to you right now. I'm not going to lie to you. This might be the fifth or sixth time that I've tried filming this video because it needed to be right. I wanted to come back here on YouTube in the right way because let's be honest, there's a right and a wrong way to send a message to someone and restart a conversation after you've ghosted them for almost 3 years. It took me some time to figure out what that should look like. I feel like we're here. I feel like this is it. We're going to get it on this try and be able to move forward and catch up because, oh my goodness, so much has happened. It has been 4 years since I broke into the tech industry, and you were along with me when we were learning how to code and teaching ourselves those skills. You were there with me when we were using freelancing to get a little experience on our resume so that we could get our foot in the door. You were with me during the bootcamp journey for as much of it as I could document. And then I also shared with you how I broke into the tech industry, getting my first six-figure plus salary in the industry without even having to apply for the position. We did all of that together, and I just got caught up in it all and also experienced a lot of things like imposter syndrome and disillusionment and a lot of things that we're going to talk about in this video. And I didn't know how to address them with you in real time. So I ghosted you, and I'm sorry. I am. But we're back. I've been posting every single day on Instagram the last week or so. I have been documenting what it feels like, what it looks like, and what I'm doing to try to use the visibility that content creation brings as a way of bringing in opportunity that I can actually eat from. Like, we're bringing in real income through content creation. There's so many ways I feel like being visible online and sharing your journey and sharing what it is that you know, whatever skill sets or whatever you have. There's so much opportunity out there, and it's only been a couple of weeks that I've been posting, and I'm already seeing some fruit blooming from me just showing up and making some silly little videos, you know what I'm saying? So I think we need to catch up first, but then we'll talk about what we're doing right now and kind of what to expect moving forward. All right, I feel like that's a good vibe. Let's do that. Okay, let's get cozy. We probably only have about 3 minutes before the sun is out of the spot that it's in, and it's immaculate right now. So let's do this. If you're new here, hey, I'm Nicole. I am a girl who broke into the tech industry using very untraditional means, and now I am exploring entrepreneurship through content creation. So if that's something that you're into, come along for the ride. If you're not new here, we're going to take the next couple of minutes to just recap what has been going on so that we can catch up and move forward from there. So the job that I got laid off from is the job that I landed without having to apply. And I did that because I was really active on social media, on LinkedIn, on Instagram and YouTube during the time that that company was recruiting for a position that was very unique. I would say, comparing it to what I've seen in the industry, it would probably be very close to somewhere between a brand evangelist and a product marketer. But I was essentially hired to be a face and content creator for that company. And what I ended up doing over those 4 years was a lot of creating content for both internal and external means that were to educate people on the product that we were doing. I was in the IoT industry doing connectivity as a service. It was like a connectivity platform. And yeah, it was a cool position. It taught me a lot. The first job that was tech adjacent was a startup that I was in when I first started. This was what introduced me to the tech industry. And I experienced so much toxic workplace culture, hustle culture, like very quintessential tech hustle, tech toxic masculinity, all of that I experienced. And I thought that if I just aimed for the opposite of that, that I would enjoy my time in tech. And I realized from my previous position now that there's also a thing called toxic positivity. And there can be workplaces that on the surface are so positive that it's really hard to influence change in a positive direction. It was like so positive that I didn't feel comfortable or even safe sometimes addressing situations that might have come up, like microaggressions and ageism, like reverse ageism, I guess, that was happening to me being someone that was a lot younger on my team. Like I didn't feel comfortable doing things like that, but it was a position where I grew a lot in my content creation skills and in my ability to market technical products, and find a story behind just about anything. So I'm excited to be able to use that moving forward. But yeah, that job, long story short, it came with a lot of challenges, a lot of twists and turns, and a lot of things that I honestly didn't sign up for. So it was a learning experience. So when I got laid off at the beginning of Q4 2025, I went through every possible emotion there was in relation to it. There was a sense of relief, a sense of fear, a sense of spiraling of like, what am I going to do? A sense of like excitement almost of like, what possibilities are next? Because I was at a place personally where I was ready to kind of move on from where I was there. So it was interesting that it happened this way. This is probably the best way for it to have happened personally, getting laid off. But it gave me time because getting laid off at the beginning, getting laid off in Q4 meant that most of November and December, I wasn't hunting for jobs and I wasn't working or doing anything. We were spending a lot of time with family because that's what people do in November and December here in America. I don't know what it's like in other places, maybe similar, but there was nothing to do. No one was hiring. People are barely working during those months. Like if we're being honest, we're shutting things down. Coming into the new year, I did try to apply to different things and get myself together. I used things like ChatGPT and Claude and other AI apps to like help me kind of rebrand in a sense professionally. That was helpful, but I was applying and still not really hearing a lot. Even for positions that I thought I was perfect for, I was getting rejections. And that in and of itself can be really disheartening and discouraging. So moving forward, I knew like I need to start focusing on things that are in my control, because if I don't, it can be so discouraging. It can be so hard when you're trying to apply and you're getting rejection after rejection, or when you're trying to like do all of the little things with your application and your resume and your LinkedIn profile and just not getting anything, like literally crickets. And what it reminded me of was the importance of building a personal brand and being visible online. When you are visible online, you are open to more opportunities. You are top of mind when things come up. You are the go-to person for whatever it is that you like to talk about. And that was the case for me breaking into the tech industry. So having kind of put my personal brand on the back burner while working did me a disservice, truly. But I knew that if anything was in my control this year, it was focusing on this personal brand and just getting that together. And that's what I've been doing. This light is still so good. Let me see. I have like 8% battery, so it has now been 4 months since I have been laid off, and I have no intention of going back right now. I feel like I'm just starting to get momentum on the things that I've been working on while unemployed, that I want to kind of ride it out and see where it takes me. I'm not opposed to going back to a 9 to 5, but I have some higher criteria for sure of what that is going to look like if I do go back to a 9 to 5, because being now almost 32, I know what I want, what I don't want, what works for me, what doesn't work for me. And I'm not in a place where I feel desperate, I guess, to like get back to it or make an income of a certain amount or anything. Like, I am grateful that my income was only 50% of the income of our household and we still have income coming in. But I'm grateful to my husband for giving me the option of having some time to kind of figure things out. But I'm also really excited and hopeful that in the near future, I will be bringing in income that is equal to or above what I was making in that job. The reason why I'm so comfortable saying that is because over the last couple of weeks, I have been posting on Instagram and sharing my journey, documenting the process of me showing up online every day, posting every day to use content creation as a means of income generation. So far, what that looks like is just showing up every day, posting on places like Instagram, TikTok, here, and also just trying to get started on LinkedIn. But honestly, LinkedIn gives me the heebie-jeebies, to be honest. I've been sharing what it is that I'm doing to find ways to make money through content creation. So things like UGC creation, brand deals, but also creating digital products and seeing what that looks like. There have also been opportunities recently to start going into consulting and contracted work. While I'm editing this, I realized I never mentioned that if you are interested in any of the ways that I mentioned of how I'm planning on bringing in income, let me know in the comments and I will make sure I make more in-depth videos of those specific things so that you guys can see kind of in real time what I am doing to replace my tech income. You know that in the beginning of the video, I mentioned freelancing. And if you've been with me along this journey, previous years, you know that I also used freelancing to gain experience so that I could break into the tech industry. And I fully intend on going back to some type of contracted work or freelancing as a way of supplementing income. And I've already had my first 2 calls with local founders that are interested in me helping them in the realm of like marketing and branding, storytelling, and things of that nature. And I'm really excited about that. There is a lot of work to be done for me to go from where I'm at right now to where I want to be in terms of like income, but also the systems and processes and the way I carry myself and all of those things of like being able to show up like a real business person, an entrepreneur, a founder, if you will. Like, I don't feel like I am there yet. I have been doing a series on Instagram called Between Eras because I really do feel like I'm somewhere in between where I was in my 20s, where I was really focused on career and hustling and climbing whatever ladder was there. And I really centered my whole entire life around that. And now I'm in a place where I don't want work to be the center of everything that I do unless it's a very natural integration in the type of life that I want to live, where community is at the center and being able to use my gifts and talents in a way that feels natural to me, where work doesn't always feel like work. You know what I mean? I know that like they say that sometimes if you're doing what you love, it won't feel like you're working. I don't know if that's actually true, but what I know is that for me, work feels good when you are serving from a place of purpose. And I want more of that. And I feel like I'm kind of scratching the surface of that, showing up every day through content creation. I'm really excited to see where that takes me. So yeah, I'm in between things right now. And it's actually a really beautiful place to be. I have the freedom to experiment with new things. I have the freedom to build community in a very deep and purposeful way, which has been really nice, really healing for me in this era, because I don't feel like I made enough time for community, for family, for friends when I was so focused on my career. I was really isolated a lot of the time, and now I'm in a place where I don't have to be isolated, where I can make more time for friends. I can be that friend that shows up frequently for her friends, and I love that for me. I love it. But yeah, I guess I'll leave you saying, number one, I'm back and I'm really excited that you're here and that hopefully you want to follow along on this new journey wherever it takes us. But number two, it is really beautiful, really amazing what happens when you start to show up and allow yourself to be seen. It's so crazy. In the last couple of weeks that I've been posting, the amount of opportunities that have just shown up because I was showing up is insane. And I'm really excited to start sharing what I'm doing, trying to build income to replace my tech salary, and also what I'm doing to kind of try to figure out what my true career fit is, because I don't feel like I've hit that yet. Because I'm realizing that I want to take advantage where I'm at and not kind of like dwell on the negativity of not being able to kind of find the next position, but really just using this as a time of freedom to explore and find something new. So I've yapped enough. I am so excited, literally so excited that you're here and excited to be back, excited to continue to share this journey with you. So yeah, thanks for being here. Love you, rooting for you, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Peace.